Hi, John Ludi. JOHNLUDI.com is my website. I have a Bandcamp page where you can hear the music that I make. And I also now have a GoFundMe page because I'm trying to fund my music and my video projects, which I pretty much just do for nothing. Okay, all that shameless self-promotion aside, I have a problem. And it's none of the obvious ones that you would think. This is my problem. That right there, that tree. Let's see if we can zoom in. You may not be able to see this. There's a crack in it. Actually has two cracks. And it's positioned in such a way as that it would potentially, if that breaks, it's got a crack on that side too. You can't really see it with the lighting the way it is. This guy goes up and it's fairly tall, and if it comes down like that, it will probably deal more than a glancing blow to the top of the yurt. Now, what I aim to do is I aim to get a rope up there and then potentially through the tree adjacent to it and then tie off toward the bottom of that tree so that if this thing does decide to come apart, it'll probably swing down that way as opposed to come crashing down on top of the yurt. My tools for this endeavor. Rope, a ball of twine, a bolt, some pretty strong duct tape, this is Gorilla Tape, and believe it or not, a wrist rocket, and my somewhat damaged brain. I am actually going to use this wrist rocket to shoot that bolt with the end of the twine attached to it through the crotch of that tree up there. I actually am a pretty good shot with the thing, and sent up several volleys of stones recently. So let's see if this works. I've taken the twine and kind of laid it loosely on the ground, so it might actually work. I just couldn't think of any other way to do this without involving somebody else, and kind of the point of this whole endeavor is to not involve other people and the services. So I'm going to try this, and let's see how many takes it takes. So apparently the bolt is just too light, because the drag inherent in the weight of the twine kept it from going up more than about 15 feet or so. So a crashing failure so far. I've plotted out and done the numbers on all of the possible variables and how much weight I would need versus the weight of the twine, and I've come to the startling conclusion that I am just not very good at math. So basically what I'm going to do is take a bunch of things and tie them together and try to shoot it up there and see if I get any more distance out of it. If not, I may have to go to the hardware store and get like a really big washer or something. So let's see how this goes. It's hard for me to admit defeat. I may have to. I wadded up a bunch of screws and nails and tied the twine around it. And I got it up there almost. It was probably within about 5 or 6 feet. And it came plummeting back to earth. So I'm going to have to do a major rethink about this. I may have to go to the hardware store and get like a large washer or something. So I'm putting this out there if anybody has any suggestions as to how I can get a line over this very tall tree. And until then, I'm just going to descend into pathos and alcoholism. Bye now. So after a couple long, dark nights of the soul, and various inhalants, and the tender ministrations of a somewhat disreputable local massage therapist, I decided maybe I am just doing this wrong. Maybe I'm just going about this the entirely wrong way. And maybe I should favor a more traditional route and just set fire to the stupid frickin' thing! But, no, I decided, on second thought, perhaps I should just go out and buy a washer. So I did. And I tried it again with similar results. So I thought perhaps I need to give it a bit more push. So, bearing that in mind, I tried a few different things. I tried this, but the bolts just kind of fell out of it, and it just kind of fell apart in my hands. And then I decided I would amp it up a little bit, and I tried this, but the results were quite similar. So, I thought, maybe it's not what I think it is. Then I got to thinking, maybe it isn't the amount of propulsion that I'm applying, but there's something to do with the twine. Perhaps it's the cumulative wind resistance because of the very nature of the surface of the twine. So I thought I would try something else. Fishing line. So I took out my wrist rocket again, but tragedy struck. Sorry, tragedy struck, and it broke. It just completely broke. So I went out and I bought another one. And we're going to try this again with a brand new wrist rocket. Right now, in fact. Okay, here we go. But before we do, I thought that now would be the perfect juncture for me to introduce something that I was going to call Ludi's Laws. And then I thought, that's really egotistical and pompous sounding, and who the hell am I anyway? So then I was going to call it Ludi's General Rules of Thumb. But that's really kind of lame and amorphous and completely non-committal. So I've settled on Ludi's Questionable Notions. Ludi's Questionable Notion, number 1. Sometimes a really bad idea, given enough repeated attempts and variables, can succeed. So, let's go try this now. So, trying this again with this brand new little wrist rocket here, and should probably be wearing eye protection and maybe a crash helmet, knee pad, something. I'm just going to kind of, like I've got this tied up and duct taped to the washer. This is really stupid. And I'm just going to leave this on the spool because it comes out pretty readily from the spool. So, I guess that leaves really only one question, and that is, does this top make me look fat? I mean, should I be wearing something more slimming when I do these videos? Alright, anyway, so we're going to try this and see how it goes. Like 2 feet. It came within 2 feet. It actually went higher. It went higher than that branch. But a branch that was in the way stopped it. So, this is, wait a minute. Oh my god. Oh my god. It worked. So it worked. Unbelievably, after about 3-4 tries, it actually worked. And so I guess I'm just the right kind of idiot for this kind of incredibly stupid job. Yeah, it's looks like right now all I have to do is clear a few small little limbs with the fishing line, and then I got to tie the rope to the fishing line and drag it up there, and then tie it to a tree. So just astounded that this actually is worked. So there you go, a stupid experiment that actually happened. All right, I am swelling with pride, and now I'm going to go do something to humiliate myself to make that go away. All right, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.